We want to transform the chronic stuck areas into fuel for your healing, and a lot of emotional, chemical, and physical traumas that have been locked in there will very commonly release. We have all kinds of stories from people having, re-experiencing emotional trauma, re-experiencing injuries, detoxing chemical things, things like that. Don't let that scare you. I always say better out than in, okay? Is that don't let that scare you, because usually you'll have very much an awareness that, this is like when this happened to me, and you'll have a safety about it. But here's the thing. Remember that first story I told you about with that woman? Okay, her body didn't have the safety of it at that time. It was just like a raw thing releasing, okay, versus gradually a faucet being open, and that you're more safe in your physiology to experience, things that you need to have better connection with and greater level of wholeness. So in intermediate care, those movements develop. First, they're just kind of random, but then they develop into very rhythmic-like, wave-like, dolphin-like movements. When we see the integrity of those movements and the coordination of those movements get to the best they're going to get, then we go into advanced care. Advanced care, the type of adjusting is different all again. And in many ways, it's like almost like we're starting over. Not that you're starting over like your spine's worse or something like that, but we're adjusting you in a new way. We want your body to learn new lessons. We want to, in some ways, when we start advanced care, when we start intermediate care, it's like, oh, I'm doing more work now. When we start advanced care, it can be like that too. Because what happens is, now, well, it's great that I can put different adjustments in your spine and your neck will stretch out vertebra release. That really is, you won't see that anywhere else in any healing art. That's pretty phenomenal. But what we want to do is get another level of that. Now we might position your arm to exactly the right level and move it in just the right angle, and it will release the rotation of a particular vertebra. Or position your leg in exactly the right position and angle that your body will be able to use that positioning to release a particular segment of your sacrum, okay, or your lower back, or what have you. And then that way, you won't even realize it. You'll be doing stuff at home, picking up kids, doing work, bending over, and just innately you're going to, move this way, and things are going to release in your spine. Because guess what? Subluxations are not going to stop happening. You're not going to stop having things that impact your physiology, unless you live in a bubble, okay? Or, when you stop having physical, chemical, and emotional stresses, you're probably not here. You're probably somewhere else, okay? So understand that. Those things are going to keep happening to you, but we want your body to be better adapting, better self-correcting, and function at a higher level on a regular basis, so that you don't have those things internalized in your physiology, and that you might be somewhere. And I had someone who today said to me, I had a big fall or accident or skiing or something like that. Oh, yes. I had a big skiing fall, and amazingly, I didn't realize it. And amazingly, it didn't really affect me. And, I can't tell you the number of people who say, I had a car accident, okay, something big, and I'm like feeling better than I did before. My body shook it off. That's what I mean by more self-correcting. I don't mean that you never need anybody to work on your spine. All right? What I mean is that when things happen to you, your body is going to overcome them better and not mess you up so much, okay? All right? A very important point. You're just going to adapt to things much better and operate at a higher level of function. So the big key for the basic, intermediate, advanced care progression, one, listen to all three of those audio CDs, basic, intermediate, advanced. I don't care if you're not in intermediate care, not in advanced care, like you're in level 2. If you ask Kelsey for the advanced care CD, she's not going to look at your card and say, no, you're in intermediate care. I'm sorry, I can't give you that yet. She'll let you have it. So get ahead. It will give you a vision of where you're going. Okay, 5 phases. Okay, what is a phase, and why are there 5 of them? Okay, basically, your nerve system very much works. Oh, one more thing about that. Levels of care, they've actually done studies, a number of them that they've published in mathematical journals, and there's a new one that's going to come out in the Journal of Complementary Alternative Medicine, that they've taken, the scans that we use on you, okay, they've taken a kind of a modified version of that and put them where they attach the scanners to people's bodies with adhesive and adjust them while take the readings while they're adjusting them. And they've actually mathematically proven or found that each level of care mathematically is a different level or degree of organization of their nervous system. That the people's bodies are actually evolving. That one, in level 3, there are levels of neurological organization that they've never seen on the planet on any person. Okay, so understand that means your nervous system is actually evolving during the course of care. It's getting more efficient, better controlling your body. So 5 phases. What are the 5 phases? Why are there 5 phases? What do they mean? Your nervous system works on a system of vibration. There actually is new information coming out that they feel that actually the primary communication system in your nervous system is not electrical. The newest thing is that actually the primary communication system in your nervous system might be sound waves, okay, that are going through. So there's many, many different vibrational systems in your physiology. Your nerve system, think of a string instrument. String instrument, if you press down on one part of the string, you get one note, okay? If you press a different part, you get a different note. That is how your spinal cord is. If you put pressure on your spine on one level, you're going to get one note. On a different level, you're going to get a different note. And but when I say note, I mean a vibrational state, like a color lens. If you have a different, certain color lens glasses, you're going to see the world red. If you have a certain color lens glasses, you're going to see the world yellow. If you have a musical instrument that has the C note, a piano that has the C note down, the whole time, always as a C note, any musical piece you play is going to have a C note in the background. Okay? That's what happens to a person's nervous system when they're subluxated. That particular trauma event, set of stresses that their nervous system didn't recover from, creates a very distinct note going through their physiology. And they perceive that as what they attract in their life, what they experience in the world, how they see the world. Very simply, and you guys all know this, if you watch television or see a show, you watch actors or actresses, you will see them contort their body in a certain way to display to you emotion. And you'll recognize, looking at a person's face, the shape of the connective tissue of their face will communicate to you what emotional state they're experiencing. You'll know if a person's happy, sad, if they've had a trauma or a loss, just by looking. Realize the shape of the connective tissue of their face is telling you quite a bit. You might, I'm not going to talk to that person right now based on what I'm seeing. If a person's positioned like this, okay, is this the person that you want as the lead for your sales force, for your multi-million-dollar company? Okay? You know it's not the case. Their body's pretty much tuned into radio station WSUK all the time, okay? And that's what their life experience is going to be. If their physiology is somewhere like this, they're going to be more able to turn into WJOY, okay, in terms of their life. That's how your nervous system works. And the more a particular vibration is there, a particular note press, the more the vertebra, the muscles all lock in to reinforce that pattern so you can really hold on to it and make sure you never let it go. Understand that, okay? And then your whole life is like you're driving a car that's stuck on the heavy metal station on the radio, and it's all a play, it's all the time, and you wonder why your life is the way it is, okay? So the